today I'm going to show you guys how I made that Broadway beat. Everything from making the loop, from recording the guitar, to making the piano and adding the vocals, to actually adding the drums at the end of the beat. I'm making tons of Broadway loops recently, and I actually just got my first Broadway snippet. It's with D-Mac and TNT on the drums. Who knows if it'll actually drop? I know Rod's planning to drop an album in August, so fingers crossed, but it would be pretty sick if it actually makes the album. Yeah, since I recently got that snippet, I thought it's perfect time to create another kind of Rod Wave tutorial because you guys seem to like that stuff. Before I jump into the tutorial, I also want to know from you guys, what do you want to see from this channel? Are there other types of videos you want me to do? And kind of let me know where you want to take the direction of the channel because I'm still trying to figure that stuff out. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Let's jump into the tutorial. For this particular loop, I started off with a vocal sample that I knew was super emotional, and then I created the loop around it. To be honest, I don't do too many loops with vocal samples from songs like this, but when I do, I always start with the vocal sample, because then it's easier to kind of create the instruments around it that complement it. This particular song I found actually an ad on Instagram. It's a super fire kind of sad country song, and I knew when I took the instrumental that the song was already in, and then created my own around it, I could really make it into a super emotional, Rod kind of pain loop. I downloaded the song, put it into a vocal remover and extracted the vocals and kind of chopped them up so I got the parts of the vocals that I really liked because I really wanted to create enough for the intro, so get kind of 16 bars for that. And then once the kind of bass comes in as the pre-chorus with a bit more of the vocals, so another 16 bars, and that's all I really needed because then after that, when the drums kind of come into the beat, you don't really need too many vocals. So here's what the vocals sound like dry.
I get it, there's two of us and there's only one invite. And I get it, friends forever doesn't always mean for life.
So what I did is I took the vocals and pitched them up 2 semitones, and then I put it into this mixer track. And in that particular mixer track, what I have is a shaper box, so it's just kind of panning it from side to side, reverb to make it kind of more airy, and then just an EQ to kind of cut out some of the low end and high end frequencies. So it sounds like this now.
I get it, there's two of us and there's only one invite. And I get it, friends forever doesn't always mean for life. I don't want to hold you back, I just want the old you back. Secretly I'm hoping that the real you's still there underneath. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad, guess right now I'm missing real bad. When Saturdays were us, that used to be enough.
So then I started adding some instruments, and I wanted to start with some kind of basic chords around it. And what I did is rather than starting with guitar, I wanted to start with kind of a piano. That was just the vibe I was feeling for this particular loop. I used the cinematic preset from Keyscape, and I actually changed it from the soft character to the studio, as well as just moved the color shift up a little bit. And all that does is just make it a bit more bright of a sound.
I get it, there's two of us and there's only one invite. And I get it, friends forever doesn't always mean for life.
And then when it comes to the second half of the vocals, and this is also going to be kind of the pre-chorus of the song where I'm at bass and stuff and other kind of instruments around it, I really want the kind of tension and emotion to pick up, so just added another layer of bass notes below so you can really feel the chords.
I don't want to hold you back, I just want the old you back. Secretly I'm hoping that the real you's still there underneath.
All it is a 6-5-4 chord progression, so 6, 5, 4. I then add kind of the fifth to each chord. And kind of add the major and minor third to each chord, so the minor third, major third, major third. Actually put those up an octave, so we have this. What I'm then going to do to create a lot of tension is add a pedal note. And a pedal note is basically just one note that is in all of the chords and it remains constant throughout all of them. And then as the bass notes change, it just creates a lot of tension. To determine what note you want to do for the pedal note, what you want to do is you want to do the tonic in the scale. So right now, if we're thinking in terms of major scales, we go B, A, G, and the B is the 6. We want to get to the 1, which would kind of be the tonic in the major scale. So if we go up 3 semitones, that takes us to the 1 note, and in the key of D major, which we're in, this is kind of that tonic note that can be used as a pedal note throughout. So let me add that D to the first 2 chords. Now you can listen to the difference and see kind of how much more emotional it is. Last thing I'm going to do that can add a lot of tension to this chord progression is mess with this kind of 5 chord a little bit. So you can see right here that the tonic note is the D, but the actual major third here is a C sharp. Now, if I were to move the C sharp down an octave, you can see it's only one semitone apart from the D. So I'm going to keep that one C sharp up there, but I'm also going to add an additional one here that's right beside the D. And because those notes are only one semitone apart, it's going to create a lot of tension because the frequencies are so close to each other, and you can see how much more emotional it sounds now. I then took that same chord progression and layered it with this pad from Omnisphere. I then layered it again with the LA Custom Rhodes from Keyscape, and this is just a very wide sound that's just going to make the loop sound a lot more full. I then wanted to start adding some creative textures to the loop. I took the cinematic preset from Keyscape again, and I played this melody. I added that to a mixer channel, and added a shaper box to pan it from side to side, as well as I added it to a guitar rig and added a reverb so it's super airy, as well as I added this delay, and it's at a 3/8 bounce, and I actually turned the mix up a lot, and you'll kind of see that cool effect it adds to it right now. Then to add a lot more bounce to the piano, I took the third chord, added a lot of reverb, exported it, and then reversed it. I then took the reverse part and added to kind of the end of the third chord, so then it kind of adds a nice transition that swoops into the first chord again when it repeats. So here's what the loop sounds like so far.
I get it, there's two of us and there's only one in right. And I get it, friends forever doesn't always mean for life. I don't wanna hold you back, I just want the old you back. Secretly I'm hoping that the real you's still there underneath. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad, guess right now I'm missing real back when Saturdays were us. That used to be enough.
I then added this super simple guitar layer, and I took the same concept of pedal notes, and I took that D note and just kind of repeated it throughout. So here's what it sounds like dry with the piano. So I added this clean as a whistle preset from Corey Wong. I then also added a guitar rig, and the guitar rig adds a delay, as well as a lot of this airy reverb. Finally, just an EQ, and I brought up some of the high end a little bit. What I did is I took the piano, panned it all the way to the right, took the guitar and panned it all the way to the left. That just makes it sound super open and wide. And together with the piano, for another creative texture, I took this kind of reverse guitar from Splice, and that's what this sounds like. The final musical layer added is this lead guitar, and that sounds like this. The last two layers are pretty simple, it's just this. And then this other simple look, which is these two notes over top of each other, and then kind of a hammer on here. So it sounds like this. In terms of effects for this one, I added the same kind of preset from Corey Wong. I also added a shaper box to pan it from side to side because it's kind of cool as it's the lead guitar. And then also added delay and reverb, but on this one, just a bit more reverb. Other than that, all I added to loop was this growler mode bass. Cool. So then I arranged the loop, added all the stems at the end, exported it, and I'm going to bring that into a new FL file and add some drums to it.
two of us, and there's only one invite.
Okay, Bino, hit that shit.
I get it. Friends forever doesn't always mean for life. I don't wanna hold you back. I just want the old you back. Secretly, I'm hoping that the real you's still there underneath. And I'm not trying to make you feel bad. Guess right now I'm missing real back when Saturdays were us. That used to be enough.
So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, you can download the loop in the description for free. Anyways, let me know what you guys wanted future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.